Bill Parliament from RadicalMarketingSolutions.com, and this is episode 22 of the X's and O's of SEO. And today I have a very common and costly SEO problem that very few business owners are aware of, and that's called a canonicalization error. Very little known SEO mistake, a very hard word to say, canonicalization, but today I'm going to show you how to diagnose whether or not your website has a canonicalization error and then how to fix it. So let's first talk about what a canonicalization error is and what it looks like. A canonicalization error occurs when the same web page is able to be loaded from multiple URLs. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so here I have examples of a web page. This is all the same web page, all the same content. Let's assume that this is your home page. So you could go to your web browser and type in the browser bar http://www.example.com, and your homepage would show up. Now, if you have a canonicalization error, if you go to your address bar in your web browser and type in http://www.example.com/index.html, and your same homepage shows up, you know that you have a canonicalization error because your homepage is showing up and Google will see the /index.html as the same page, and it's going to render, or your web page will render from that address. Now, it can also happen, you could have these two as canonicalization errors. You can actually have 4 canonicalization errors, worst case scenario. So you could have the http://example.com and your homepage shows up. Or you could have the http://example.com/index.html. Notice the www is not included in this example. So why is this a problem? Why can this hurt your website in the search engines? Well, understand that if this is your homepage and you have content on your homepage, you have words, and if Google sees each one of these as 4 different pages, but they all have the same content, this is where you're going to run into a major duplicate content penalty that could really squash your rankings. Okay, so there's a lot of misconception with duplicate content. Duplicate content penalties only occur when you have the same content along one domain. It's not if you take an article from eZine article and put it on your website. You're not going to be penalized for that. Your web page may not rank as high because it's not the original piece of content, but it's not going to be penalized for having duplicate content. The same holds true if you would do a Google search for a major news story and you see many news sites that are listed in the top 10 of Google, and they're all running the same news story from the AP. So duplicate content is really a problem when it's on the same URL, and if your homepage or other pages of your site are rendering under these multiple URLs, you're going to have duplicate content. Now, this could occur on your homepage as well as the other pages on your site. So the more pages on the site, the more instances you have of duplicate content. Well, here's how it can hurt you as well. Not only the duplicate content issue, but let's say you're doing some SEO work and you're getting some, you're building links, or you're getting a lot of good links. And let's say we have 25 links that are coming into your homepage, and the links are coming to http://www.example.com. Okay, now you could also have, let's say we have 25 links coming into this URL, http://www.example.com/index.html, and then you could have 25 links coming into http://example.com without the www, and of course we could have the same thing here. So technically we have 100 links coming into a page, but now this page, your main page is competing for all these links. So instead of your home page or an individual page on your site having 100 links coming into it and building up the authority in that page, it's only going to have this 25. So what you're doing is you're competing for links throughout these other 3 pages. So you're not going to get the rankings boost that you would hope to by getting the link. So those are the reasons that canonicalization errors are such a problem in SEO. Now, in order to fix this, it's going to have to be done in the code. And if you can't do this, I'd highly suggest that you hire a professional coder who can go into your website code and fix these issues. Luckily, it's not that hard to do. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. And the first way is with a 301 redirect. Okay? So what you can do is you can ask your programmer to do a 301 redirect, and what that means is when Google hits a URL, it'll automatically redirect them to another URL. So you would want to do a 301 redirect on your index.html and your HTTP, all these other ones that I just showed you. You'll want to do 301 redirects back to one page, whatever one you choose. Okay, so when Google would hit that, it won't render this page, it'll automatically redirect to your root domain. The other way that you can do that is to add a rel equals canonical tag to the link, and this is probably the best way to do it. And I'll put the tag attribute in the bottom of this video so you know exactly how to do it. And it's just going to equal rel equals canonical, and then you'll tell Google which URL is the most important. So those are the 2 fixes. The rel equals canonical is probably the best one. A little bit more difficult to do. The 301 redirect is a good fix, and it's a little bit easier to do. So that is canonicalization in plain simple English. It's really important if you have these errors to get these fixed. And if you have any questions about canonicalization errors, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below this video. And again, if you have any other topics you'd like me to discuss in the future, please leave them as well. And this is Bill Parliament saying, now go dominate Google.